Just outside of beautiful downtown Kansas City, Missouri is the Swope Soccer Village as we bring you the first ever Girls U-15 U.S. Soccer Development Academy Championship match, and it features FC Dallas, the number 2 seed in the tournament, taking on the number 13 seed Legends FC. Mark Serber alongside Carter Augustine. And Carter, this is going to be a great game between two teams that love to move the ball around on the ground, but they can mix it up as well.
Yeah, these two teams have worked their whole seasons to get here, and they worked so hard in the semifinals as well, and you saw the firepower that both of them do possess. Should be a really good one, Mark.
We're about to have the walkouts, followed by the introduction, the playing of our national anthem, and then we'll be back with you for the first ever Girls U-15 final here at the U.S. Soccer Development Academy.
And now the U.S. Soccer Development Academy presents FC Dallas and Legends FC. Here are today's starting lineups. First, for FC Dallas. Number 0, Jordan Gutterson. Number 4, Jason Clark. Number 6, Caitlin Williams. Number 10, Jaded Shaw. Number 11, Ashlyn Mills. Number 12, Reagan Shearer. Number 13, Casey Clifton. Number 14, Morgan Eckelbarner. Number 15, Grain O'Casey. Number 16, Riley Baker. And number 29, Avril Bacon. FC Dallas head coach is Matthew Grubb. And now the starting lineup for Legends FC. Number 1, Hannah Arneson. Number 2, Lexi Yella. Number 6, McKenna Dominguez. Number 9, Lindsey Chow. Number 10, Ali Lemos. Number 13, Belize King. Number 16, Brianna Weber. Number 17, Jordan Losey. Number 22, Elia Judge. Number 23, Alyssa Prisick. And number 24, Holly Hunter. Legends FC head coach is Kevin Boyd. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
FC Dallas, the Frontier Division champions, taking on Legends FC, who finished third out of the very tough Southwest Division, but made their way through the playoffs all the way through to the final, coming in off the back of a 3-0 win over the Dallas Texans just 2 days ago. And Carter, it was a 3-goal blitz in the space of 8 minutes that took care of the Texans for this Legends side.
Yeah, you can see from that little 8-minute blitz there in the first half, they really were able to cruise, and that shows the firepower and the speed that this team has as well in this 4-3-3. They'll get after it with those front three up top and really can cause some havoc. They'll try and get another flying start out in this one as well.
Well, for Legends FC, they're on a 6-game unbeaten streak, 5-0-1 in that time, and 5-0 in these playoffs with 13 goals for and just 2 goals against. In fact, this is a Legends side that hasn't given up a goal in the last 227 minutes, going all the way back to match day 3 of the group stage of the playoffs. So it's a Legends team that is looking to take out this FC Dallas side. So powerful themselves, and it'll be really interesting because FC Dallas coming out in a 4-4-2 with a diamond midfield. Interesting to see how they react against the 4-3-3 of Legends.
Yeah, that will be really fascinating to watch those two different formations match up. Obviously, FC Dallas, their strength is going to be in the middle of the park. They're going to have numbers in midfield, and they'll try and funnel everything inside as well. But they could be open outside. And so look for the flanks as an area that they'll try and avoid. They'll try and funnel everything inside. And like you mentioned, they had to work for it. They had to sweat for it. They went up 2-0 in their semifinal, conceded 2 goals, including a late one to send it to extra time. So they're a little battle-tested as well, battle-hardened from winning that extra time matchup. But we'll see if that has an effect on their legs here today.
Matt Grubb with words of encouragement for his side before they take the field for this final. It's a hot one here in Kansas City, but he said, you know, before our semifinal, we had 4 trainings, and he said it still doesn't make it any less comfortable, but we know what to expect, we know how it feels, and we know that we can handle it. This Legends side coming from the Inland Empire, well, really 2 cities that know how to play in and handle heat, so I don't think it's really going to be a factor here today.
Yeah, 100 degrees, sorry, Mark, right now at the start of kickoff. But like you said, 2 teams that are well accustomed to hot temperatures.
And I love how even in such a high-pressure situation with everything on the line, these girls still really able to enjoy themselves, still so excited about coming out here and facing the challenge ahead. It's an FC Dallas side that won the national title in their respective league before joining the DA, looking to become the first ever team to win the national title here in the U.S. Soccer Development Academy. Good look at your referee, Natalie Simon, who's been excellent here at Swope Soccer Village in her previous games, and she's rewarded as the woman in the center to officiate this one. So it's Legends FC who will kick off in yellow shorts, black shorts, and yellow socks. They'll be attacking to your left, as it's Felice King who will get us underway. 80 minutes to decide a champion at the U-15 level. Intercepted right away by Clifton, who gets it inside to Beckham. Same starting 11 for Legends FC and the side that won 3-0 over the Dallas Texans. Well, just one change made for the FC Dallas side that was taken the full 100 minutes in their 3-2 victory after extra time over the San Diego Surf, as Caitlin Williams comes in for Paige Dixon on the right side of midfield. And right away looking to get on the end of it is Yella. Swept away from her by Mills, but it will be the first corner kick of the game, and it goes the way of Legends. Good job by Mills, though, to come across and cover.
Yeah, it was good covering defense, but that's the theme that we might see all game, Mark. Early on, Legends getting a great sweeping pass out to the left-hand side. There's Prysock with a wonderful ball. It's flicked on into the path of the forward by a nice pass by Jordan Losey, and already the fullback getting involved in the attack.
So here comes the first corner kick. It's how they fashioned their first goal against San Diego Surf, but it's punched away by Gutterson. Shot comes in. Nothing to worry, Gutterson. It will be a goal kick, but an early signal of intent from this Legends side.
Yeah, and I like the goalkeeping there from Gutterson, because this is a Dallas team that both of their goals that they conceded in that semifinal were from a corner kick situation. So strong goalkeeping. She came out with 2 hands and got some good contact to it as well.
In fact, it's one thing Legends coach Kevin Boyd said he was a little nervous about was the ability of FC Dallas on aerial battles and corner kicks, but it's his side who are getting them at the moment, as they have their second of the game, and it's Losey getting forward.
Yeah, front foot for Legends FC early on. We saw them start so quickly against Dallas Texans. And they've started well here, a second corner inside 2 minutes. And again, it's down this left-hand side.
Well, they got past one Dallas team in the semifinal, have another one to deal with here in the final. As this is another in-swinger. That's a good one, right to the penalty spot. And getting her head on it was Weber, the lady who scored the opening goal off a corner kick against the Dallas Texans, but this time couldn't direct it goalward. Good look at the Dallas bench. Concerning moments early on, but they've dealt well with the corner kicks. Matt Grubb's assistants are out in the technical area. He's electing to take the shade. Headed away by O'Casey. Only as far as Losey. She'll win the throw-in. It's an FC Dallas defense that has given up just 30 goals in 35 games with 16 clean sheets. Kevin Boyd's side trying to break them down. Kevin Boyd, the former head coach at Cal and Arizona State University. As they're looking for the long throw. How's that for a throw from Juji? It's allowed to skip through. Swept only to the top of the box and just over. Excellent effort from Ali Lemos.
Yeah, the number 10 here. If there's anyone on the team they wanted it to fall to, it's her. She gathers it on the edge of the area, and this is a wonderful effort, just inches wide. You see that, or inches high, I should say. You see the throw, fantastic, and it causes problems here. Good first touch to just drag it back to her right foot. She's not far off there.
Well, her friends call her Alligator, and she was chomping at the bit on that one. Just unable to keep her shot down.
But it's a good early sight for her, and you like to see that, really looking for her shot early on as well. And I love that first touch, just to cushion it onto her right foot. I'll give her some confidence moving forward, Mark.
Holly Hunter, girls U-14 national team defender, started this move that has now come out to this near side. FC Dallas has been under the caution in the early going. Now perhaps a chance to go forward. This is Jaded Shaw, just 13 years old, but she drives this U-15 FC Dallas side. And now it's Yella working her way into the box. Get it back out for Losey. That's a good first time ball in, but there it headed away is Clifton. Looked to be a handball on O'Casey, but she goes the other way. Forward for Baker. Wants somebody to get out wide, and that's where she directs the ball. This is like Varner. This is O'Casey. Overlap from Clifton. And Shaw unable to get there. And Carter, Shaw, so well known for her goal scoring, but in the semifinals, she showed her passing range. As that is definitely a handball. Play allowed to go on, and it will be a throw on the far side for Legends. But getting back to Jaded Shaw, her passing was spectacular against the San Diego Surf, really stretching the field and opening the game up for the likes of Baker and Varner ahead of her to get forward. The number 10, who plays at the tip of the diamond, given permission to roam by Matt Grubb, and you can understand why, and here she is on the ball.
Yeah, the youngest player on the squad wearing the captain's armband. I think that speaks to the talent that she possesses. That was good from FC Dallas just moments ago, finally getting a little time on the ball. They got a little bit of a fortuitous no call, and they were able to move forward, but it's been mostly Legends FC in the early stages.
There's King, who had a brace in the semifinal. Losey has been really good getting forward in these first 6 minutes, but her cross comes out for Gutterson. Matt Grubb said she is a rock in the goal, and she has showed that throughout these playoffs.
Yeah, again, Losey, you mentioned it. She's been active early on from that left back position. Getting plenty of space here again.
Well stepped in by Jackson Clark. Through for Shaw, making the diagonal run. Unable to catch up to it.
Well, that's a good idea. First time from FC Dallas out of the back, as Legends were looking for that left back Losey, and when they turned it over, Dallas realized that there's some space in behind. Jaded Shaw, really smart run to run that channel, go where the left back had left unoccupied. Just the pass just a little too heavy for her that time. Ran out of space on the edge of the pitch. Starting to get their legs a little bit, FC Dallas.
Well, the number 2 for Legends FC, Lexi Yella, had to attend a family wedding in Hawaii, got in at 1:30 a.m. on Sunday night and played the 11 a.m. game on Monday morning. If that's not commitment, I don't know what is. As this time Baker will be called for dragging down the defender.
It's a wonderful story.
Good shielding from Weber.
It really was. That's great defending on the cover. Earns the foul, just heads up. Smart play from the center back there. Knows her positioning. You love to hear that, though, about Yella. Having fun at the wedding, and less than 24 hours helping her team advance through the tournament.
This is King, 2-goal hero from the semifinal. And this is what she's so dangerous at, getting into space, sweeps it across. And this is Yella. Was trying to find Lemos at the top of the box. It's going to come to Dominguez. And that's a good step by Mills. Space for Losey. Prysock. That was a good idea, but well positioned was O'Casey. And this time she will be called for the handball.
Yeah, short hop caught her off guard. Just hops onto her hand. Good spot by the referee this time because she did use it to control that. I like the idea there from Prysock. She gets her eyes up from her center back position, trying to switch the flanks. That'll be key for Legends FC as they try and switch field and get this diamond out of shape in the midfield. There you see the handball again. Obvious call right in front of the referee. So another set piece for FC Dallas to defend.
It's Lemos. It's clipped into the danger area and headed away by Mills. This is Clifton. Clear it out. And too far for Holly Hunter on the far side, so it'll be a throw for Clifton. Head coach Matt Grubb talking about his 2 outside backs. Clifton and Clark said both came in having the athletic tools, but now have really developed a tactical understanding of when to step and when to confront versus when to drop. And they've done a really good job of that here, as has their center back in Mills, who's had to make another important challenge. And it will be the 3rd corner kick of the game for Legends FC. First from this far side. Mills has been very busy in this early going, but she's done well.
Put her under some pressure here. It's good high pressing play by Valise King, forcing this corner. Mills just taking no chances. She'll put it back behind, but again, FC Dallas having to defend.
This one doesn't beat the first defender as Varner heads it away. Sent right back in. And this time it's Clark who gets up. Clark scored a header at the other end against the San Diego Surf. Shaw intercepted by Lemos. It skips through for Yella, but getting there first is Gutterson.
Quick offer line there. I don't think Yella expected that to go all the way through. Nice bit of skill there from the right back, Jackson Clark. That was good defending from FC Dallas in those set-piece situations. Active defending, meeting the ball at its highest point.
Ball forward from Dominguez for Yella. Clark gets back on her. Losey coming in support. First time ball, top of the box. Lemos.
Lovely touch there.
Hunter getting involved. That's swept clear by Shearer. O'Casey to lead the charge for FC Dallas. MLS head coach for FC Dallas, Oscar Pareja, sent them a video message wishing them good luck, as did 3 FC Dallas players. Thought that was really cool to hear.
Yeah, that's an awesome story. Love to hear that from Pareja and company. Of course, FC Dallas, the men's side, known for bringing youth through their ranks up to the first team. Sounds like they're building a wonderful culture down there in Dallas with the head man Pareja, who knows a thing or two about coaching youth systems, youth setups.
And that's one of the things I heard all throughout working with the boys side of the development academy is how involved everybody is in FC Dallas, from the owners to the first team all the way down, and now they've brought that culture over to the girls' side, and it's awesome to hear, and there really is that feeling of family in the FC Dallas Academy.
For the long throw again here from Juji. We saw her once already deliver excellent service from a throw-in.
She's looking for Prysock for the flick on right at the box, and they got it. But there are no takers at the back post. And now the break could be on here for Clifton if she can hurry. Has Baker ahead of her and Shaw running forward as well. It's forward for Baker, does well to turn. That's a great ball for Williams. Prysock meets her right at the time and just unable to keep it in bounds, so it's going to be a throw-in. Well, it went off of Williams last, but Prysock wanted to keep that one going herself. Was frustrated that the move petered out.
Wonderful defending from Prysock coming over. They're asking a lot right now of McKenna Dominguez and that right side of the diamond.
Yella. Williams takes it off her foot. Away by Mills. A chance through for Varner, and getting back is Weber. Losey to bring it forward for Legends in the 14th minute. King unable to turn. Shearer pokes it back to Mills. One of the things that Matt Grubb told us about this match is he's worried about that ball over the top for King, who's so speedy. So it's not the back line that he's most concerned about. It's the midfield and the forwards pressing the ball as soon as they lose it to make sure that that back line or midfield line of Legends doesn't try and play that ball over the top of their back four.
Yeah, that's key, especially when you're running this diamond. Lose pressure immediately, lose the ball pressure immediately, but they really haven't had the ball in advanced positions all that often. FC Dallas at the moment, they've been having to defend a little deeper than they would like. I know Coach Grubb wanting to keep the ball for long spells of possession. And they have a chance to do that here. First, when they win it, he wants a security ball like that into the feet of Shaw.
And a player who will always find passes, Shaw, and you saw that there, and then not a bad idea to try and go over Prysock. Flag stays down on Baker. Can't get it back to Shaw. And this is Dominguez. In for King. Lovely first touch, and not a bad idea trying to find the run of Chow. As Clifton gets back to Gutterson, who will push it into the space for her. Casey will take over, and that allows Gutterson to get the ball out wide.
Good step there into midfield from the center back, Weber.
Shearer. Good shielding by Varner, and it's forward for Shaw. Has Baker ahead of her. Shaw trying to slip it through, but Weber read it well.
Good hustle there. Again, Weber on the cover, and she's done really well. Like that pass forward. You've talked about Jaded Shaw and her ability. Just trying to curl it in behind one center back. Was able to do that, but couldn't fool the other one, Brianna Weber.
This will be a throw for Clark. So dangerous when she gets forward. Jackson Clark into the quarter for Varner. And she'll win the first corner kick of the game for FC Dallas. Matt Grubb saying what he loves about Varner is her ability to stretch the fields and her movement off the ball, and said because she's able to do that, it takes a lot of attention on her, which takes the attention off of other players like Baker and Shaw to get forward into advanced positions.
Well, you saw it just there. She made an intelligent run on that throw and got in behind. And that reminds me of Raheem Sterling for England. Didn't score, but played such a huge role in running in behind, drawing attention.
Shaw's corner kick, and flying in was Mills, but it was headed away from her, and Hunter pops it up. And then it's smashed away by Dominguez. Yella seizes the loose ball, flying forward, has King to her right, and just lost her footing.
Unlucky for Legends FC. That's a situation that you want. King sprinting at the back line with Yella, the ball at her feet, head up, trying to feed her in. Just tripping over her own feet there.
Well, I've heard legendary stories about the turf monsters here at the Swope Soccer Village. King cuts onto her left, but shoots straight at Gutterson, who did well to come out and cut down the angle. Now the referee stopping play for a second to check on a player. Looks like they may be struggling just a bit.
Williams actually calling for her inhaler. As I mentioned, they're asking her to do a lot right now, but look at that first touch from King. So aware. Takes it through a defender, onto her left foot. She's looked dangerous early on.
Well, she's had to do a lot of yeoman's work, Williams, and she's done it well.
Yeah, she's on the right side of the diamond, and every time Dallas are in possession, they seem to want to feed her out to the right-hand side. She's been a willing runner so far. Just so much space to cover. They're so worried about King and the rest of this attack that Jackson Clark hasn't exactly gotten up from her right fullback position. As a result, Caitlin Williams running herself into the ground on that right-hand side.
Here she is. That's a good first touch in. McCam arriving. One back by Dominguez. Losey with the switch for Hunter. This is Chow. And two U-14 national team players connecting for Legends U-15 side. Chow, so good on the dribble. Shaw dispossesses her. Shaw will be whistled for the foul.
Good recovery from Chow after losing. It was a nice tackle from Shaw initially because, like you said, Chow and Hunter had done so well up that right-hand side, and then on the ensuing battle for possession, yeah, it's a foul. Shaw's through the back as Chow had just enough just to ease her body in front of Shaw. But Chow, another 04 player, battling against a fellow 04 player there.
So it'll be a free kick. FC Dallas have bossed their penalty box pretty well, but it just takes one. King is there. Clifton got it away from her. Dominguez retrieves. That was a good ball over the top. Losey's not going to get there in time, so we'll roll out for a goal kick in the 20th minute. Is there any way we can get him to come up
over
to
here,
our
my man?
broadcast position?
Over here, my man. Stop! Where are you going? That's a smart
Slow down,
businessman.
come back, yeah.
That's a smart businessman.
Well, it's a good day to be out. Temperatures near 100 degrees at kickoff. Ice cream, always a good way to cool down. Although I'm sure these teams' nutritionists wouldn't tell you that.
Yeah, the teams might not be able to, but just come park it on the field at halftime. Let the parents and us come down and get it.
And speaking of it being a hot day, we will have the hydration break at the midway point of this first half. What have you seen so far, Carter Augustine?
I thought Legends FC came out again with a really quick start. A couple of corners inside 2 minutes. Some decent chances as well. But FC Dallas, they withstood that early pressure, and they've rode it out here to the halfway point of this first half. Starting to get a little bit more possession themselves, FC Dallas, but again, Legends finding some success along the flanks against this diamond formation. FC Dallas, I think they're going to want to try and just keep the ball a little bit more because they have done a lot of defending in this 100-degree heat in this opening 20 minutes.
And so it's one of those things sometimes you don't necessarily need that possession to go forward, but you just want 4 or 5 passes to catch your breath, and then you can maybe look to go.
Exactly. Active resting when you have the ball as opposed to defending, running your socks off. But they've shown some bright abilities in the attack. Jaded Shaw, of course, she looks a bright spark always, the ball at her feet. Riley Baker has shown that she's a willing runner up top as well. So they've got some quality in the attack, FC Dallas.
Well, so many coaches we've talked to have said kind of the same thing about, your team needs to learn how to manage those games, those periods where you have to weather the storm, and then you can pick your times to go forward. FC Dallas has done a good job of weathering it so far. I can only think of one real opportunity where King got away at the top of the box and roller shot at Gutterson. But other than that, it's been a lot of possession, but it's all closed down at the top of the box for Legends FC.
Yeah, been a lot of possession, like you said, and FC Dallas has defended well early on. They've cut off the passing angles in that attacking third. Looking at Legends FC, and I think they've seen some really good stuff from the number 6, Juji, and the center backs trying to switch the point of attack quickly from right to left and vice versa. And I think that's what head coach Kevin Boyd's going to be telling his girls is we can get Losey, we can get Hunter forward into dangerous areas. If you can just move the ball quicker than that diamond can react.
Kevin Boyd said something really interesting about his squad. He said, at the beginning of the year, the first few months, we were trying to get them to train harder, and over time they really responded, and they've become a team that defends as well as any of the teams they have at any age level in their academy. He said that they press really well, they know their roles, and they know that what they do will be the benefit for the team. He said he loves that they know that their sum of their work is better than just their individual talent. The other thing he said is that he loves their ability to incorporate what they've learned on the training pitch and bring it into games. And he said that's probably his favorite thing about this group.
Yeah, defensively, he said they want to recognize pressing moments. I think they've done a good job of that so far in the first half, and they haven't let FC Dallas out of their own end on too many occasions. And they haven't really allowed Shaw and company to get away on transition too many times. They can drop in, and they're doing a good job of dropping back in numbers as well. Even when they've pushed numbers forward for set piece situations, Legends FC doing a good job of dropping numbers back and staying organized, staying compact.
Now you see Matt Grubb, who's talking to his more forward players, probably about how they can hold the ball once they get forward and keep it and actually ignite some of those attacks. Matt Grubb, a USSFB licensed coach who played in the Swiss 3rd Division before turning to coaching.
Well, yeah, we talk about the wide areas, and one thing that you can get some help from is those two up top. If Varner and Baker can run the channels for that man, Matt Grubb, that will stretch the back line and maybe take a little bit of pressure off the 4 in midfield as well, who can then make runs through the center. So maybe expect to see the likes of Varner and Baker to make those runs in behind the fullbacks of Legends FC.
Losey wins a tough challenge. Lemos. Losey continue to run. King has it poked away from her by Mills. Mills has been really solid in the first 20-plus minutes. Shaw. Ranyo Casey. Jaded Shaw.
You can hear Grubb yelling, secure the ball, secure the ball. And that's exactly what they've done. Didn't risk it in transition.
Stepping in is Weber. Prods it forward for Dominguez. Quickly met by Bacam. Able to get it out wide for Losey. Love attacking through Losey down the left-hand side. He's trying to get it in for Yella. Somehow able to get it away from Clark, looking for King, and swept away by Shearer. And Shaw will win the free kick.
It's a big free kick for this FC Dallas team. You see there, Legends FC, when it's turned over, I was just commending Dallas on their ability to keep the ball and try a risky pass from the center back position straight down the field. And it was good pressure from Bacam initially, but she couldn't win the ball. And that allowed Legends FC to get it out wide, which is exactly what you were talking about, Coach Grubb, wanting to press so that they can't get it out in wide areas quickly.
Casey, forward for Shaw. Inside for Williams. Beating Bacam to the punch is Lemos. Good play from Lemos, waiting for the overlap from Yella. Up top, Chow brings it down, fires just wide of Gutterson's near post.
That's wonderful work.
It was Dominguez who got forward, beg your pardon.
It's a good effort, too, from Dominguez. But you have to commend the number 10 there, Lemos. She's done an excellent job of holding up the play. You mentioned it. She waited for this overlap to come. And then a good effort there. Tough. gets that first touch, and on the half volley, it's a tough technique, but she's not far wide of the post there. That's a really good effort from Dominguez, charging forward on the counterattack.
Shaw flying the other way. Closed down by Hunter and shielded off the ball by Dominguez. King came back from an offside position. We're gonna have an early substitution here as Savannah Mathis is gonna check in for Caitlin Williams. Williams did an excellent job while she was out there. Come off. And coming in is Savannah Mathis for her 32nd appearance of the season. Has been with FC Dallas since 2006. Very technical player. And hugs for Williams for the effort that she gave.
Yeah, she's a willing runner on the right side of that diamond. Didn't get a lot of the ball here in the first half, but did really well in her defensive shape.
Lemos slides it through. Yella. Back out for Losey. One-time cross in. It's too close to Gutterson. Nope, getting across her was King. Well, that is why you always chase lost causes, and King so close to opening the scoring.
Oh, what a chance. As you said, she chases a lost cause there. The ball hung up in the air. And as Gutterson comes to claim, see here, it's a tough one for her to judge. She's just on her heels a bit. King definitely not on her heels there. Sprinting, alert of the danger. It's a good opportunity for Legends.
Yella puts it across the danger area. And this time, Gutterson smothers.
That whole attack was started with a lovely ball and that got a huge roar of approval from the bench. McKenna Dominguez slipping it in behind. Here's the last attack. Again, Yella getting down that left-hand side. We've seen a lot of the Legends attack coming from the left.
Lemos. Gorgeously weighted ball over the top for the run of Lindsey Chow. Clifton gets back in time, but it's going to be the fourth corner kick of the game for Legends FC.
Yeah, they're starting to tot up, aren't they, these corner kicks? And we saw FC Dallas concede from a couple of them in the semifinal. They defended well so far. There's one header from a corner kick early on for Legends, but they haven't gotten much since. But they have been able to adjust their set-piece deliveries. A few bites at the apple here, and they're setting their sights, Legends FC.
Played in. Weber got her head to it. It was cleared away by Shaw.
I like Brianna Weber, her strength in these aerial duels. She does all her dirty work, her hard work before she has to jump. She's out muscled her defenders on a number of occasions.
Mathis gets it forward for Varner. Cuts inside of Losey. Now trying to take on Prysock, who shuts the door. This is Dominguez. Nice outlet ball to Holly Hunter on the far side.
Just inviting her right back to move into all that space on the right.
The Temecula native barreling through the heart of the FC Dallas defense. But Cher sniffs out the danger. And now Baker can run. She's a quick release Baker, and she takes it, but can't get it on target.
Well, it's just commending Weber for that very tactic, and this time it's this girl, Baker. She's done well to get herself into the center back early, and that allows her to spin off Weber. And racing down that left-hand side, she gets excited. Been tough sledding for her early. She gets a side at goal, and she's confident in her abilities. You like to see that from a forward.
Stepping in is Cassie Clifton. Casey. Shaw. Casey down the line for Baker. She played that perfectly along the stripe, didn't she?
Yeah,
and it's going to be a throw-in for FC Dallas.
Just about staying in bounds, and there's that run. Baker making it in behind the fullback. And like you said, inch perfect on the pass. It's good defending from Hunter to not allow the tricky Baker to spin her there on the touchline.
Clifton's throwing. Varner. Well, it fell into a good position in the box. Mathis missed it. Clark doesn't allow the first clearance, but Losey gets it at the second attempt. King was able to skip it by sheer, but Mills was there to mop up.
Boy, that ball from the left from Varner just squeezing through everyone on the top of the box. And luckily for Legends FC, they were able to get there first.
Won by Shaw. Varner has Sean Baker ahead of her. And that go off a hand. The referee says no, play goes on. But Cam flicks it on for O'Casey. Overruns it. Able to get it back away from Lemos. It's Bacam again.
Getting a stamp of approval from the bench there. Riley Baker for her attempt on goal. Here's that no call on the handball. I think the referee just saying it's a little too close to her. Varner wanting it. Nothing given.
It was one of those where her hands were next to her body rather than being out. But you can understand why Varner would claim for a foul.
Starting to grow into the game. Varner, seeing how good she is in tight spaces with control, with the ball at her feet.
Clifton down the line for O'Casey. Has room to operate, O'Casey. Looking up top for Baker. Played away by Weber. Right back to O'Casey. Slipped in for Shaw. Shaw steps into it and scores a beautiful goal. FC Dallas have their noses in front.
Well, it had to be her. The captain's contribution. She's just picked it up in a wonderful area here. Lovely entry pass as well. It's a fantastic entry pass. What a rip. She just found herself in a good space, turns her defender, and then just that touch across the defender as well. But then the quality to just place it into the upper corner. She's not stopping that one. Fantastic strike from Jaded Shaw.
Now 13 goals in 28 appearances for Jaded Shaw, player who has scored for FC Dallas's U19s, and she's on the prowl again. Waiting for numbers to arrive in the box. And she wins the free kick on the far side.
Good job to win the foul there. Just going back to the goal. It was again a run from Riley Baker into that channel. They tried to get it to her initially, did O'Casey, and the ball was deflected back to O'Casey, but because of that run, it allowed Shaw to push up in between the two forwards in a really dangerous position.
Will these FC Dallas fans be out of their seats again? It's a free kick for Jaded Shaw. 6 players getting ready to crash the box for FC Dallas. Shaw teases it in, and it's headed away by Juji.
Crucial defensive header there. It was a lovely delivery.
Prysock with the clearance. King chasing. Mathis is there first.
Wow, she can just eat up ground, can't she? Felice King. And she's forced to throw in as well. She played it off. The substitute, Savannah Mathis.
Yella. Gutterson was calling for Shou to leave it. Instead, she heads it right to Chow. Skips by O'Casey. Out wide for Lemos. She'll step inside. Was trying to disguise her pass into the box. Well aware it was Clifton, and she'll clear. Weber seizes the loose ball. And over the head of Chow. I was just thinking before that goal, Carter, that FC Dallas were starting to get numbers into the attack with more regularity.
Yeah, they had. They've really grown into the game after the bright start from Legends FC. Dallas able to connect some passes. You've seen the two forwards, I think, have become a lot more active, especially since that water break. I don't know if it was something the coach told them, But Baker and Eichelbarner have become a lot more active, and that's allowed for a little room in behind him, where you saw Jaded Shaw and the quality that she has take full advantage. But with those two forwards causing some problems along the back line, they've lost track of Jaded Shaw there. So you like to see that FC Dallas just really growing into the game here.
Maybe they were able to get something from the ice cream truck at that water break.
Little bomb pop to ease the nerves.
O'Casey. Clifton. Forward for Eichelbarner. Prysock will guide it back to her keeper. Arneson's clearance. Final 2.5 minutes of the opening 40 plus stoppage time. And there will be a significant amount because of that water break. At least 3 minutes. Juji dispossessed. It's Riley Baker trying to play for Shaw, but Hunter steps in. Battle of two U-14 girls national team players there. Out wide, and the flag is up from the assistant referee on the near side.
Good idea. Here are the forwards trying to combine. Eichelbarner just checking short, trying to lay it off for her teammate Baker, but the line was well organized from Legends FC, and they stepped right at the last minute. Starting to see O'Casey really come into the game as a playmaker as well. There's a little deeper lying midfielder than Shaw, and she's trying to connect passes through the lines. Been really impressed with O'Casey here in this first half.
And you saw that on the goal that they scored. She tried the first time out wide, and it was repelled, but right back to her. So she said, okay, I'm going to try the inside route this time, and found Shaw, who scored.
And it wasn't an easy pass either. She had to get it past a couple of yellow shirts, just past the outstretched foot of Juji, the holding midfielder, trying to keep tabs of Shaw. So you see the quality she has on the ball and her ability to make those tight entry passes forward into the attacking trio.
O'Casey. This is Bacam. Mills. If it wasn't for her, they might not have ridden out that early storm. And a good step in by Prysock.
Yeah, good step, good tackle. She's a little dismayed to see her pass go astray.
That's a good win from Dominguez, who's been all over the field in this game. We've seen her pop up on the far side as well as here on the near.
Seen her get forward into the area as well. Here she is on the defensive cover. Can't quite get there though.
It's a great ball from Eichelbarner. Baker tracks it down, working on Holly Hunter. And that is why Hunter is rated so highly. That is textbook one-on-one defending.
That's fantastic one-on-one defending. Just waited for Baker to stand on it, trying to make her move, and right when she was about to roll it, just stepped in and with her studs tackled it away.
Clifton will usher it out of bounds. And there will be 5 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this first half, 15 seconds of which has already elapsed.
5 minutes, I think that's a boost for Legends FC. Started so well, but now they find themselves behind.
Eichelbarner has Baker to her left. Eichelbarner will hold it up and wait for the cavalry to arrive. It does in the shape of Savannah Mathis. Thought about the early cross. Closed down by Losey. Hunter read it well. Clearance only as far as Bacam. She'll have a go, and it's blocked by Weber. Driven into the feet of Losey. And forward for Yella. Yella invited to run at the back line. Lemos. Oh, that's a good idea to try and find Chow on the far side.
Yeah, it really was.
Clifton was there.
It really was a smart idea. Lemos got her head up, her eyes up. She did well as well because the three attackers, King, Yella, and herself, all kind of got in the same area there, and it was easy for FC Dallas to defend. So just kept the ball, juked past the defender, tried to spread it a little wide so they could restart the attack.
Here comes that long throw from Juji. Goodness me, is it long. And it's gone to the back post, and that should be 1-1. Losey just unable to get over her volley.
Oh, wow. She'll be thinking about that one all night long, Losey. She exploded forward on numerous occasions. Here she's in the box for this long throw. Herculean effort from the throw, and she's closed down by a couple of FC Dallas players who you have to commend them. Really make it a difficult shot there on the doorstep. Has to rush it, and as a result, she just gets under it, Losey.
O'Casey in space. Slides it in for Baker. Flag stays down. Rolled across the top of the box, searching for Shaw. Losey and Yella conspire to win it back, but it's FC Dallas who maintain possession. Into the 3rd minute of stoppage time. Away by Weber. Chow loves running at defenders. Skips past O'Casey. Motoring forward. This is Chow, has King ahead of her. Cuts inside, was looking for the reverse ball, but it was read by Shearer.
Boy, she is fun to watch. Lindsey Chow in full pomp there on the right-hand side. Sprinting past a couple of FC Dallas defenders. She's just trying to slip it in behind. I like the run from King there, too, from diagonally from the center over to the right inside channel. It's a very tough pass to play in behind the back line. I love the idea there from Chow after she had made a full 50-yard sprint forward with the ball.
That was an important interception from Bacam, and it opens up the space for O'Casey. Now steps up the gears. And offside is the call on Riley Baker.
You can see O'Casey there just maybe a little uncomfortable dribbling for her. She wants to pass it. She wants to put it right on the toes of her teammates there, and she's still managed to.
Now it's Hunter picking up speed. Has opened up the flank for Chow. Only Yella to find in the middle. And Chow not allowed to get the cross off. Good defending from Shearer.
Good defending again. Hunter and Chow, they really seem to have a connection down that right-hand side. The timing of the pass there from Hunter was just spot on.
Reagan Shearer's been with FC Dallas since 2011. It's labeled by Matt Grubb a destroyer, and she certainly killed that move there on the flank. But it will be another long throw in for Juji. The Fullerton native launches it into the box. Clifton's clearance only as far as Lemos. Her shot charged down by O'Casey. Juji's header back in, and Clifton hooks it clear. Last few seconds of stoppage time, and this should do it. Gutterson will take all 6 seconds and doesn't need to punt it away, as her side were on their heels early, but they grew back into the match, and Jaded Shaw with a strike from 20 yards out, beautifully flown into the upper corner, has given her side the lead at the break.
Yeah, a bit of class to separate these two teams at the break in this final, and you thought that might be what it takes here. In a championship final, you need your best players to show up, and Jaded Shaw certainly did that. It's a wonderful pass into her from O'Casey. She made no mistake with a really, truly classy finish to give her side this 1-0 lead.
At the break, it is FC Dallas 1, Legends FC 0. Carter and I are going to find the ice cream truck, but we'll be back with you for the second half here on USSoccerDA.com.
So we're here at Lone Star this weekend for the first ever biobanded initiative in the US, where we're grouping players based on a biobanded group instead of their normal chronological age group.
Generally speaking, when you look at maturation, it's pretty simple. You can do it with your eyes and see that someone has matured faster than someone else has. But there's actually scientific research that helps us learn where players are at from a percentage of their full maturation.
We know through research that players can differ in ages from 2 to 3 years, even though if they're born in the same year. And so biobanding is finally a scientific answer to group these players based on their individual growth trajectories and growth and maturation status.
This is a bit of an alternative to the regular age group competitions. With these types of competitions, what we do is we mix things up. We take away that physical advantage for the early developer. They have to play a technical and tactical game and develop many of the skills that the late developer gets. On the flip side, the late developers, they get an opportunity to command the game for once. So this gives them an opportunity actually to show their true ability and for coaches to see them in a slightly different context.
In our younger ages, we've got a lot of late developers. Like the physical challenges for our players in our conference, which is very strong, are insurmountable in some games just because of the physical nature. So this intrigued us because we have good players, we have good younger players, and providing them another opportunity or another avenue to see what they can really do in this environment.
For the 2017-18 Academy season, the Development Academy Leadership and Technical Group decided that we would institute a policy for late maturing players, where the clubs can select 2 players per age group at U16 that can play down with U15 and 2 players at U15 that can play down with U14 during the season.
It's really important to note this isn't replacing anything. This isn't replacing the chronological age. This is a hybrid method of developing players. Alongside the normal chronological age groups, you can also do biobanding in training and in games.
The Academy philosophy is about moving players up when they're ready. We also thought that moving players down might be an opportunity for those players who aren't as physically matured to be able to have success at a younger age group. At US Soccer, we talk about developing players, coaches, and referees, and biobanding is just one more initiative that we can use to make sure that all players have an opportunity, all players have a pathway.
It's just like in school, it's not the same for everyone, right? And everybody's getting the same message, but you have students that get C's and B's and some are getting A's. So I think this allows us to take a step back, look at the pathway and change it a little bit.
Our job at US Soccer is to provide an environment where every player can reach their optimal potential. So this is about ensuring that no matter when you're born, no matter the status of your maturity, that you have the ultimate ability to thrive playing soccer.
In building the Girls Development Academy, this is another one of the milestone moments as we look at the trajectory of the program for years to come.
Girls Development Academy Winter Showcase is the first ever event US Soccer puts on for our clubs. You only have one chance to make a first impression, and it's very important for girls to see what the next level looks like, where all eyes are on you. Over 300 college coaches were here, over 40 US Soccer scouts were here. It's a great event where girls can showcase their skills, their talents in front of a lot of eyes.
The showcase has been great so far. It's awesome to get all of these talented girls in one place at the same time and be able to compete against the top players in the country. I think it's a huge step forward for women's soccer in this country and just women's soccer in general to have this opportunity here this weekend.
We announced the launch of the Girls Development Academy almost 2 years ago, and in that process, we've talked with a lot of people that have worked in the game for many years. And with those leaders and our staff, we've been able to shape what we think will be the right platform for girls to continue to develop in our country.
I think it's really important to have this showcase. It gives us a really clear view of the entire level from a holistic view within the US. And I think it's only the beginning of something really fantastic. It's a starting point, and from this starting point we can only grow. It will benefit our national youth teams. It will benefit our national team. The future looks bright.
To be able to play at a winter showcase where there's also the U20 women's national team playing is a great opportunity for our clubs and our players to see what that next level look like.
It's just been a great opportunity for us girls to get to watch people that we look up to play at the highest level.
With the integration of the Development Academy and the Nike International Friendlies, the event overall provides the opportunity to see the pathway from their club team to youth national teams and to national teams.
That ensures that there's a quality player pool for the future of our women's national team.
I never knew when I would play my last game. And then I was told to stop playing to save my future. Concussions are invisible injuries. Awareness starts with taking the pledge. I pledge to be educated on the signs and symptoms of concussions. I pledge to be honest with my coaches, teachers, parents, and teammates. I pledge to be supportive of anyone that gets a concussion. We only have one brain and it needs to last a lifetime.
We took the pledge.
I 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 took the pledge. We took the pledge.
I took the pledge. I took the pledge.
I took the pledge.
The U.S. Soccer Girls Development Academy is here.
Here.
The next generation of world-class players.
World-class players.
Elite competition.
Pride in your club.
And a place where dreams are made.
This
This
is
the Girls Development Academy.
Ten years ago, we started to put a lot of time and effort in researching what went into development at the world-class level.
U.S. Soccer thought it was important to provide a platform where the best interests of players were put first, before results, before the team, and now you have an environment that allows players day in, day out in their everyday club environments to be able to reach their full potential.
10 years ago, we only had 16s and 18s. We knew in some regard that that was too late to make the right impact, that we needed to go younger, but this was a group we could manage and we could begin to change the culture. Now we have a complete pathway that starts at U12 through U19.
10 years later, I would say unequivocally that we have developed a much larger pool of quality. And that's the best thing that I can look at and say, uncategorically, this is really working.
I think the fact that our youth national teams have done well internationally, the fact that our youth national teams have gotten some historically great results this year and have broken some records, I think that's an indication of all the work that's been done behind the scenes, and in particular all the work that's been done in the Development Academy.
We believe very firmly that we won't have world-class players without world-class coaches, and that environment's created at the club level.
The Development Academy is ensuring the future of U.S. soccer by empowering clubs to be the drivers of world-class player development.
1-0 FC Dallas leads Legends FC at halftime of the first ever Girls U-15 U.S. Soccer Development Academy Championship game. Mark Serba alongside Carter Augustine. And Carter, as we take a look at the first half highlights, FC Dallas were on the back foot early.
Yeah, they were. It was a good start from Legends FC as they really, you saw them in the semifinal do the same thing, and they looked to get it out wide in the early stages. Got a few set piece opportunities. Here's a good look at really the first play of the game. In behind and getting a corner. Boy, the long throw has been a weapon for him as well.
And then there was that shot from Lemos just over the crossbar. And then King able to get it through, but Gutterson was quick off her line.
Yeah, just like we said, it was a good start. Here's a really good chance from King, just anticipating a mistake from the keeper. Gets across the goalie. Unfortunate not to see that one bundle into the net.
But then FC Dallas grew into the game, and this was the result. A screamer from Shaw.
Unbelievable goal here. Just turns her defender, and she knows where the goal is. Always has this in the back of her mind, and unleashes a strike of the highest quality. There's a lovely pass into her as well from O'Casey, and you're right, FC Dallas really grew into it. That goal really just giving them even more confidence as well.
And so we're getting ready for the second half. Referee Natalie Simon bringing the ball to midfield, and there will be 2 changes for Legends FC as Shea Douglas coming in as well as Maya Griffin. Shea Douglas did a really great job coming on at halftime of the semifinal match, and head coach Kevin Boyd was really happy with the way she put her foot on the ball and managed the game. But this time she's going to have to go forward with her side trailing 1-0, as well as this young lady, Maya Griffin, who did an excellent job doing what she's going to need to do here, which is getting forward from the outside back position.
Yeah, I think that will be her instructions for sure. Griffin should be told from the coach there's plenty of space there, just run into it.
Speaking of running into it, here's Douglas. Off for Lemos. Was with the girls' national team in both the March and May camps. And now it's King looking to run. Shielded off the ball by her opposite number. And it's forward for O'Casey. One back by Lemos. And inside for Yella. Yella woods it back in a very dangerous position, but Clark sticks her. And then Chow almost took over. Bacam unable to clear it, but Clifton can.
Good team defending there from FC Dallas. Looked like might have been a foul as well as they went to clear it. Wasn't called, but they didn't get their heads down. They stayed engaged in the game and scrambled it away.
Coming out is Arneson.
Yeah, there's that forward again. Baker trying to combine with Eichelberner.
Need to give congratulations to Arneson's dad, Steve Arneson, who last night was given the award of the Administrator of the Year by U.S. Soccer Development Academy for the work he's done with Legends FC. So not only her, but her dad have had excellent seasons. But they're looking for the equalizer here. And once again, FC Dallas swarming around the ball. Weber stepping in, able to get it over to Griffin. She'll pop it forward for Chow. It's been a good battle between her and Clifton, and this time Clifton wins it, and a free kick as well.
Yeah, she did. She read it well. It looked initially like that deft touch off the head from Chow might beat her, but Cassie Clifton, the left back, just using her strength to ease Chow out of position.
Shea with the win. Overtaken by Mathis. Yella dispossessing Clark. Can't skip by Mathis, though. Was trying to spring the counterattack, but Prysock steps in front of Baker. Losey strong in the challenge. Now flying forward, and O'Casey steps in.
Been a bit of a hectic start to this second half. Tackles flying in.
It's been a frenetic pace, hasn't it? Top of the box. Chow smartly lets it through. Griffin flying forward. Gutterson will get to this one first.
It's a clever idea, just the path of the ball wasn't conducive to that run forward from the right back, but you like to see that the substitute, Griffin, coming onto the field and going to leave it all out there, running it really for a lost cause there, but giving it a full sprint.
Shaw turns. Weber was in the passing lane. FC Dallas ball on the far side in the 44th minute.
Well, and hearing from Coach Kevin Boyd, really wants an interchange of his forwards in attack. We've seen that. He wants penetration of the number 10. We haven't seen a whole lot of that. I'd like to see Lemos get in behind those forwards, because whenever she gets on the ball, something happens for Legends FC. So I think that'll be a big part of this second half, trying to get Lemos into advantageous positions.
King flying in, and Mills did just enough. Losey blows by Mathis. Out wide for King. Tried to help it back into Losey's pass, but it's intercepted by Mills, who's been a titan at the back today for FC Dallas.
Going beyond her fullback there, Mills. She's done really well to be alert to the run of King. Not an easy mark for Elise King.
That'll be a throw-in for Losey. Juji is out, so they've lost that ability to launch it into the box.
Really was a formidable weapon in that first half. Seen USL teams that try a long throw and don't get it as well into the box as Juji was able to in the first half.
King, second header won by Bacam. Iko Varner has it taken off her foot by Griffin. Griffin looks like she's trying to shape up to shoot. Is closed down by Clifton. Her lockdown defending has been excellent today. Cassie Clifton on this near side. Legends FC starting the second half much like they did the first. Really putting FC Dallas on their heels, but they've held firm. Griffin launches it into the danger area. Gutterson punches. O'Casey header out, and Clifton clears.
Love that from Gutterson. We saw it in the first half where she came out a little hesitant and King got across her. She learned from that. And on this occasion, she was ready for King to challenge and just went up with a double fist and a strong punch away as well. Love to see that on the fly learning in that goalkeeping position.
A gorgeous piece of skill from McKenna Dominguez, and it's opened up the space for Chow to run at Reagan Shear. Chow. And Shear did a good job to get across her. Now Gutterson will hold on as Chow is down.
In some pain, you don't like to see that. Chow trying to get the cross in there, and really hate to see that in a championship final. She's been so good in this game, Lindsey Chow. And that was a lovely attack forward as well.
She did get the cross off, but Shear just stepping across her and caught her. So now both teams coming to their respective benches to get water.
Impromptu water break here, and just bad for Legends FC. You hate to see an injury like that, and they had started this second half so well. That was a lovely attack through the middle. Dominguez, like you said, just clever to dribble around a couple of midfielders in the center of the pitch. She charged on behind as well. Lindsey Chow trying to return it, and might have been that plant leg when she went to cross it there. Might have been the one that got twisted up. Seems to be in some considerable pain here.
It's also a fortuitous water break for FC Dallas. I mean, a side that's really been under it chance to catch their breath, get some waters. They've been working tirelessly to just try and get the ball out of their end. And each time they have, Legends FC have come right back in on them.
Yeah, they haven't been able to string any passes together here in the second half, FC Dallas. Another positive start to the second half from Legends FC.
Take a look again, and yeah, her left ankle does get stepped on as Sheer comes across. Nothing malicious, but that is very painful.
Yeah, and you see when she goes to land, she can't put any weight on it there immediately afterwards. Just her plant foot there as she went to deliver the cross.
Head coach Matt Grubb for FC Dallas said he was worried about Legends' athleticism and ability with the ball. He said, we have to possess it to take that aspect out of their game. They haven't been able to do that so far at the beginning of the second half, but they've weathered the storm through the first 9 minutes, and they do have the 1-0 lead.
Yeah, and we saw that in the first half as well. They had to weather the early pressure from Legends FC, and he's pretty astute in judging the talent of this Legends FC team because, yeah, when they get on the ball, they have 4 or 5 girls that can really cause problems, including this one, Lindsey Chow, and what a bummer. She was so fantastic with the ball at her feet. Just a menace on the wing in those 1v1 situations.
So Chow walking off gingerly. We'll see whether or not she'll be able to come back in or a substitution needs to be made for Kevin Boyd's side. So we hope that Lindsey Chow is okay. Chow out of Highland, California at Citrus Valley High School. Another one of those 2004s playing up, who's been to 2 U-14 girls national team camps, Chow, and you see why with her ability on the ball. And now here comes that substitution. Is coming in is Courtney Boone, fresh off of the U-15 girls national team camp in Holland. And Boone is going to come in the back. So there's going to be a player for Legends who's going to move up to that forward line. And it looks like it's McKenna Dominguez who's joining King and Yella up top.
And that's just unfortunate. You talk about Lindsey Chow, what a fantastic game she's had. And you mentioned it. You can see why she's been so heavily involved in some U.S. youth national setup. She's playing up a division here as well. But a chance for McKenna Dominguez, who we've seen as well in this game, can really be dangerous in these 1v1 situations that you can tell Legends FC likes to get their wingers out isolated against the fullbacks because they are playmakers.
And Courtney Boone, who came in, is a player who actually has been playing up with the 16-17s for most of the season. And of course, has all the tools and the ability to be a starter at this U-15 level. But head coach Kevin Boyd said, you know what, we were doing so well that we weren't going to change our starting lineup, but she's such a good tool to have coming off the bench.
Yeah, not a bad option off the bench there, Courtney Boone. And we'll see what this substitution has because she moves to center back. That pushes Brianna Weber up into the midfield. And we've seen that she's a danger in the air.
And here comes the ball to Weber right on cue. That's swept clear by Eichel Varner, who's chasing. And this is Boone. This one off of FC Dallas last. So it'll be a throw in for Weber, who takes it with real urgency. I love that from Brianna Weber. But it's a handball.
Unlucky.
Les King.
Unlucky from King, and I'm with you. The heads-up play there from Weber, sprinting over to take that throw, and she got her eyes up. And King was alert to it as well. That was just unlucky, her first touch, deflecting it onto her hand. It is a handball, correct call by the referee, but after the heads-up play by both Weber and King, you hate to see it end like that.
Dominguez, lovely skill from her. Douglas, that's a great job by Mathis to come back and help out on the defensive end for FC Dallas. Arneson has had a tremendous season in goal, Arneson. 33 appearances. Her head coach saying that she doesn't only make great saves, but she has an ability to hold on to the ball and not give up rebounds.
Quick feet there from Dominguez yet again. Her pass Just a little wayward, but she's a spark of lightning out there.
King leaves it off for Losey. Clark with the clearance.
Great vision, just a little heavy on the pass there because Losey was in some good space on the left-hand side.
Boone looking for McKenna Dominguez. Tried the overlap, but wise to it was Cassie Clifton. So it's a throw for Griffin. This is Lemos. Dominguez. Clifton with another interception. Losey unable to track this down on the far side, so it'll be a throw for FC Dallas.
And a sigh of relief, too. They've been defending pretty much this entire half, FC Dallas. Saw some desperate shouts there on the last possession as Dominguez and Lemos starting to combine here on this right-hand side.
Well, the Legends have been in these types of situations before, playing in one of the toughest divisions at the Girls U-15 U.S. Soccer Development Academy in the Southwest. We're #1 at the time of the Florida showcase, so they were given the toughest games in that showcase and then given tough matches again in North Carolina. So Kevin Boyd saying his side is prepared for this, and they've shown that. They've done everything but score here as they trail 1-0 in the 55th minute.
It's been a really good response since halftime. They've come out, pressed really high. But I want to see them make the keeper work as well. They've had so much possession and had some really good-looking attacks as well.
Oh, and that's a brilliant ball. Baker's in. 2-0 FC Dallas. Baker finds the corner for the second game running. The counterattack, devastating for FCD.
How about this? Forward to forward, they've started to combine really well in the latter stages of this game. Varner with an inch-perfect pass over the top, and how calm of this for a finish. Just waiting for the ball to drop to a perfect height. She spots the corner and places it exactly where she wants to. First touch. At FC Dallas, who have been withstanding all this pressure, they get a counterattack up the other end, and they make Legends FC pay, and that's what finals are all about, Mark. You have to take your chances, and FC Dallas with 2 moments of real class so far.
Well, that was Eichelberger's last contribution, as she'll be replaced by Maeve Jones, the hero of the semifinal, with the extra time winner against the San Diego Surf. But Varner, if you're gonna leave a game, that's the way to do it.
Not a bad way to drop the mic there.
Alana Williams also checking in for FC Dallas as she replaces Savannah Mathis. And here is Williams. Her first season with FC Dallas, Williams, joining from Liverpool Elite. And her first contribution to this match was to help FC Dallas win the ball and get it downfield. So good entrance for her.
Yeah, that's what she'll be asked to do here as well. Just checking in, want to add a little bit of steel in midfield. And I like the substitution for Matt Grubb as well. He just noticed before the goal even that the midfield was starting to tire out, having to chase all throughout this second half. But the ability to grab that goal before you make the substitution, just giving you a little extra cushion as well.
Yella rides Clark off the ball, slips it through. Dominguez falls for Lemos, and she'll have a go. And Gutterson will take it off the hop.
Like the idea there from Kenna Dominguez, just looking for the run of King in behind, but it's well spotted by that FC Dallas back line. We've talked about it. They've given up a lot of the ball, but the back line has been so well organized that there haven't been too much penetration into the FC Dallas area by Legends FC.
Jones O'Casey. Is it a stretch to say O'Casey has been one of the best players out there for FC Dallas today?
Not at all. She especially, I think, started controlling the game in the latter stages of the first half. She's been having to do a lot of defending here in the second, though, but she's got such quality in her delivery.
Speaking of a quality delivery, that's a great ball in from Dominguez, and well defended as Clark nods it back to her keeper.
How about the substitution there? Alana Williams charging back into her own area, because you're right, that ball was spot on in behind the back line. Again, it's Dominguez. She's been all over in this second half for Legends FC, but there's the substitute. Just judging the bounce of the ball so well.
Gutterson out of her box, just smashes it to safety. Riley Baker with goals in both the semifinal and now the final. Similar strikes from the top of the box, nestled into the corner. She had been playing midfield during the season, but towards the tail end, there were injuries, so they moved her up top. And now 9 of her goals have come in the last part of the season. She is on an absolute tear.
How about that? It's stepping up to the moment as well. Through those injuries, getting shifted over, and a lot of responsibility has been on her in that attack. And how has she responded? Unbelievably well.
That's a nice ball threaded through from King, but Lemos just not there in time. As Clifton shepherds it out of bounds, it will be a goal kick for Jordan Gunnarsson.
And Mark, you can see why they moved Riley Baker up top, especially in this game. Now she's standing up there, posting up by herself on Prysock, and that back line will have to be wary of her, because she can really be a one-person counterattack.
Williams was looking for Baker to do just that, but the ball went out of bounds. '70 U-15 academies started the season 10 months ago. FC Dallas now 20 minutes away from being crowned champions as we head into the water break on the hour mark here at the Swope Soccer Village. Legends can turn this thing around in an instant. We've seen them do it before, but it's FC Dallas who are in the driver's seat at the hydration break.
Yeah, we saw coming out of that hydration break the last time out, some good, I don't know if it was different coaching tactics or motivation, but the front two of Baker and Eichelbarn coming out of the hydration break in the first half really turned it on. So we'll see if either of these coaches can make another telling contribution here during the hydration break in the second half. And Legends FC they're going to be searching for something here, because for all the possession that they've had, they just haven't really made the goalkeeper work here in this second half. But they know if they can get the ball into the feet of Lemos, into the feet of Dominguez, they've got Yella and King still up top making those runs, and still plenty of time here in this championship final.
So now we're gone, FC Dallas with the 2-0 lead, and here's how we got here. First half, O'Casey sliding it through, and just look at this for a turn from Shaw. Picks her head up, knew where she wanted to go with it, and buries it into the upper corner.
Just beautiful. Deserving of a goal in a final.
And then how about that inch-perfect ball over the top from Michael Varner, and what a finish that is from Riley Baker. The midfield turn forward, coming up huge on championship weekend here in Kansas City, Missouri.
That looks like someone who's been playing forward their whole life there, just waiting for the ball to bounce a few times, taking her time, and she knows exactly where the goalkeeper's going to be. She knows where that bottom corner is. Doesn't have to look up at the goal. She's just waiting for that ball to bounce exactly how she wants to, and she just absolutely smacks it into the bottom corner. A true striker's finish there on the counterattack.
Well, you see the faces of these FC Dallas players. They know there's still a long way to go. Still work to be done if they're going to be crowned the first ever U-15 girls champions in the inaugural season of the U.S. Soccer Development Academy. We're playing not only for these medals, but a bit of immortality as well, writing yourself into the history books as the inaugural champions of the U.S. Soccer Development Academy on the girls' side.
Beautiful trophy there, tantalizingly close to each of these benches. FC Dallas know they are just about 20 minutes away from walking over to that table and taking away the color of medal that they want most.
Well, this water break taking 3 minutes, so we know there will be at least 3 minutes of stoppage time once the clock hits 80 and probably more.
Well, it was 100 degrees at kick of the first half. It was only 99 degrees at the kick of the second half, Mark.
So much cooler.
So much cooler here. How do Legends FC respond from this hydration break, knowing that they need 2 goals to get back into this game? They responded so well at the halftime break, but just haven't made their pressure tell, and now it's crunch time.
Now it's a chilly 97 degrees. So this ball played in the box and cleared away.
Just keeps cooling off here.
Yeah.
You can tell how hot it is. Players starting to get tired, and that could be a boost here for Legends FC. Game will start to get stretched a little bit, even though Dallas will drop a little deeper here.
Reminder that this is one of 2 championship matches we'll have for you here on USSoccerDA.com. It's coming up at 7:30 Central Time. It'll be the U16-17 final between Nationals out of Pontiac, Michigan and Real, Colorado. For now, still plenty of time left in this one. A goal for Legends FC would set up a really nervy finale for FC Dallas.
Like that from the midfield there, just chasing down Ali Lemos when it looked like she might round the corner.
Oh, this is a good win. Dominguez, what a beautiful ball slid through, and not expecting that was Valise King.
Yeah, she wasn't. Great vision from Dominguez, and it was a driving run forward by the center back turned midfielder, Brianna Weber. Puts a good ball in. It's a first-time layoff from Dominguez, but just no one alert that she was going to slide it in behind that back line.
Clifton with the clearance. Not a bad idea from Douglas, but couldn't direct her effort goalwards.
Enough time for her to just line up on that one, huh? And it's rolling out to her on the edge of the area, really inviting to take on the shot. As you can see, she's just trying to shape her body here to curl it into that far corner. It's a good idea there from the holding midfielder to come up and have a pop.
Goal kick won back by Yella and hooked away by Mills. It's been the unsung hero of this game, Ashlyn Mills. Shaw. As things stand, Shaw has the game winner. Boone. Williams got a touch. And O'Casey for FC Dallas. Trying to play it inside for Jones.
Oh,
Boone.
she wanted it on the right foot, didn't she, O'Casey? But you see that she has the vision there with her left, trying to slide it in to Riley Baker.
Good win from Reagan Shearer. So it'll be a throw-in for Clifton. More forward, who's converted to a left back, Cassie Clifton. It's been really impressive with her one-on-one defending today.
That was off the shoulder, but it'll certainly work out for Legends FC.
Shaw steps in and retakes possession for FC Dallas. Quickly forward for Baker. 2 goal scorers combining. Williams is in the center. Jones is further forward, tried to get it to Jones when Williams was the open option.
Yeah, she did everything right up until then. That turn was lovely on her marker, but she just slid it inside.
And here's the game stretched. Yella working on Clark, turns her inside out. This is Alexi Yella, and coming over and cover once again was Ashlyn Mills.
She's been on the cover all afternoon long, hasn't she been? And we've seen that a number of times. This Legends FC team so gifted and skilled on the ball, 1v1 situations. See Yella here had done so well initially to beat her defender. But when they beat the first, there seems to always be a second FC Dallas body lurking just behind.
Yella falls for King in the box. She's crowded out, still somehow able to keep possession, but then she ran into Jaded Shaw.
Anywhere will do for FC Dallas in that situation. Ball loose in the box for about 10 seconds there. So Shaw just elects to smash it clear.
What a ball from Courtney Boone for Lexi Yella.
Fantastic ball.
On the overlap is Losey, puts it in the danger area for Dominguez. Flicked it up to herself. That is tremendous skill. In the end, it falls into the hands of Gutterson.
She's just really coming into the game, McKenna Dominguez, and being shifted out to the right wing with the injury. It hasn't affected her impact on the game.
Boone with the towering header. That's Jones who brings it down. Shaw in space. Good first touch to get away from Losey, who's able to recover. That is a tremendous attacking run from Jordan Losey.
What a recovery run here from Losey, because Shaw, it looked like that first touch was going to take her away from pressure as well. She was unable to because the sliding challenge and the backtracking from Jordan Losey, who had been pressed high up the pitch, was impressive.
And Kaylee Jackson is going to come on for McKenna Dominguez. Cannot say enough good things about the way McKenna Dominguez has played today.
She was wonderful, and that's big shoes to fill. And actually, you see there the coach yelling at Kaylee Jackson. Here's that tackle again. Wonderful recovery run. We heard the coach, Kevin Boyd, yelling at Kaylee Jackson, who was going to go help defend this. He said, no, stay up. They're going to keep two forwards up the pitch here, even though they have to defend from this set-piece situation, because they still need to find 2 goals.
It's FC Dallas's first corner kick of the half. Have done so well to sit back, defend, and then hit on the break. Twice they've gotten away, and twice they've scored, and they have the lead as we're into the final 10 minutes of regulation, plus whatever stoppage time will be added on by Natalie Simon at the end of 80 minutes.
Not going to be in any rush, FC Dallas, to take any of these set pieces.
In the middle, headed away from Clark. Scored a header off a corner kick in the semifinals. Williams' shot dragged wide of Arneson's goal.
It's ambitious there from Williams.
So it'll be a goal kick for Hannah Arneson. The Eastvale, California native wants to take it quickly. Williams be whistled for the foul.
There's just the 2 of the FC Dallas players crunching Ali Lemos there that the referee spotted. It's a good call. It's a sore one for Lemos too. She's walking, trying to catch her breath now.
She was sandwiched there, wasn't she, as the defenders were trying to front and back her. As this ball dropping for Losey is able to keep it in, and now it will roll out of bounds. So it'll be a goal kick for Gutterson, and more time will tick off this clock.
Oh, what a delivery again. Was that the substitute, Courtney Boone, yet again? Wasn't sure who took that free kick. She took it so quickly, caught me off guard. And this pinpoint into the area as well, and Losey just swung at it with her left foot and couldn't connect. Chance goes begging for Legends FC.
You can understand why Boone was called into Tracy Kevin's last U-15 camp in Holland. As the referee smartly stopping this right away. It's a foul on O'Casey.
It's a high boot. Brianna Weber.
Shearer being told by Natalie Simon to get on with it. Smacks it forward. Headed away by Prysock. Over the top from Douglas. And Maya Griffin will get it back to her keeper after a bit of head tennis in midfield.
Another set piece. Stoppage of play here for FC Dallas to just take a little time off the clock.
Now it becomes a bit of a game with the referee. How long can you take before you get in trouble? U16-17 final coming up after this. Nationals versus Real Colorado. For now, FC Dallas trying to close this out and become the first ever girls U15 winner in the U.S. Soccer Development Academy in the inaugural season. 10 months, and it's all come down to this. Kaylee Jackson looking to change the complexion of this match for Legends FC, but Clifton shuts the door. Jones. Williams turns away from Lemos, and Jones ran out of room on the near side. Not a bad effort. And taking her time again was Gutterson, and King almost caught her. Well, that's the second time that's happened.
Well, as much praise as I was giving her earlier for going up at its highest point, this time she waits for it to bounce, and it is a foul against King that is called by the referee. Sore one for the goalkeeper. You see here, thought she had learned from that in the first half, and might be a bit unlucky. Oh, it's in her hands there, so just poking it away from the goalkeeper's mitts was King.
Nice turn from Jackson, trying to poke it to King. King comes away from the fray with it. Out for Losey, can't keep her effort down.
Oh, that's a great chance to get back in it for Jordan Losey. King with the eyes in the back of her head. Maybe she got a shout from Losey, who has gotten forward so well in this game. She's got time on the edge of the area, and you can see what she's trying to do here. Look at King just battling for it. And it's that touch that allows her to shift her feet. She's just trying to curl it into the top corner there, Losey.
Still, you got to give Losey credit for getting into that spot from her outside back position.
Oh, 100%, and you love the idea as well. You can see she's trying to shape it up to that far corner.
Weber chasing, has Shaw hot on her heels. Out wide for Losey. Into the corner for Yella. Lexi Yella gets around Clark. In for King, off the post.
Oh, and the pressure is intensifying right now for Legends FC. See a couple substitutions here take place, Mark, but is it too little too late? They're starting to get into FC Dallas's box a little bit more urgency, a little more frequency.
And now Maldonado is going to come in for Alana Williams. Maldonado, a player who returned from an ACL injury. And Jordan Losey is going to check off. And replacing her will be Camille Serrano out of Diamond Ranch High School.
Another 04 girl here, Serrano coming in. Losey had a good game, charging forward from her left back position.
Getting back
Here's
to this chance, and just look at the way King flies in. She's so good at delaying her run and then flying by defenders once they fall asleep.
Yeah, she is. She's got that quickness to get across them at the very last second. That's such a tough angle with her right foot. And she almost clips it in off the post.
Maldonado came back from an ACL injury in April and was on restricted minutes until March when she was given free range. So one thing head coach Matt Grubb said he loves about her is her fight and her desire and her never say die attitude. Said in a game right after she had come back after not having very much fitness or time to get back into things, her chemistry to gel, late in a game on a very cold and rainy afternoon in North Carolina against Real SoCal, she dug out a ball in the corner, went 1-on-2, beat the two defenders, and fed the ball inside for Jaded Shaw to score. And he said that moment was everything that defines what Maldonado brings to this squad. And she's here to add that bite and steal to close out this game as we're in the final 2.5 minutes plus stoppage time for FC Dallas. As that will be a foul on OKC.
Weber just alert of her surroundings. She knew OKC was eager to get to that ball, heard the footsteps, and just using her body shields it away. So here's a set piece, and you think if Legends FC have any chance of getting back into this one, they got to get a goal here soon. This is a wonderful opportunity. Just about every yellow shirt piled forward into the box.
It's Lemos who's over it. Flights it into the melting pot. It's loose, and it's cleared. OKC smartly keeps the ball for FC Dallas. Jones tried to get it forward for the run of Baker. And it will go out of bounds. Matt Grubb urging his side to stay engaged and close this one out. Over the top for King, and Gutterson will take this one.
Here's that set piece again, and just no yellow shirt can get on the end of it. It's loose in the box there. It's scrambling defending by FC Dallas to get it away.
And anywhere will do from Jordan Gutterson. FC Dallas working on their 17th clean sheet of the season in just 36 games played. A side that at this moment is most likely going to finish the season with less goals conceded than they have games played.
Just a wonderful defensive record throughout this season, and you could see why. They've had to do defending this entire second half, but they've done it so admirably well.
There will be another corner kick. This time it's Scherer who's over.
Sorry, Mark. Another perfect example there. Scherer and Mills have been on the cover for their fullbacks this entire game. And again, Scherer coming over to block the cross.
Final 10 seconds of regulation. Oh, what a goal would do here for stoppage time. Lemos' corner. The back post getting ahead on it was Shea Douglas. Couldn't direct it goalwards.
That was it. That was the chance.
There will be 7 minutes of stoppage time. FC Dallas 7 minutes away from being crowned the first ever champions in the girls' U.S. Soccer Development Academy at the U-15 level. Legends FC looking for a dramatic turnaround.
Well, 7 minutes is going to allow them the time to be able to do that. Just got a wonderful opportunity on the corner kick. Just couldn't get her head over the ball. She had lost her marker so well. And what a wonderful delivery that was as well from the corner. But 7 minutes, definitely enough time to get 2 goals. This is a lovely move forward.
In the box for Yella. And poked away by Scherer. And swept away by Maldonado. Right onto the foot of Baker. She's bumped, and she'll win the free kick.
She gets a full round of applause from her bench. They know how important that is. That'll take a good 30 seconds off the clock. Just doing the hold-up play that you expect from your striker, Riley Baker, into her feet, shifts it away from the defender. Here she is again as well, just going to chase this loose ball into the corner.
Able to muscle off Prysock into the corner. Maldonado can't stretch. Jones is there. Her quick turn and shot well wide of Arneson's goal. And they've got to get it forward right away.
I like that from Jones, just adjusting her feet to get it onto her left and try and hit it back into the area. Riley Baker looks absolutely shattered right now. She's run herself into the ground up top for this FC Dallas squad.
And Clark taking her time on this throw-in. And understandably so. Yella's header back out of bounds. Another throw-in for Clark. More time ticking off the clock. As they try and get it into the corner. And well shielded by Prysock.
Dallas will withdraw into their own half here.
In for Weber. Good first time touch out wide. This is a good run from Serrano. Griffin jumping into the attack. Gets around Jones, but dribbles herself out of bounds.
Oh, unfortunate, just that last touch, because Jones tried to shepherd her inside and Griffin took on the challenge. Took it on ably, touched it around the defender and looked to have the corner, and just that last touch.
Final 4 minutes of stoppage time. Jackson bumped off the ball. Shearer gives it right back to Jackson. Jackson arrowing it to the box, puts it across. This is Felice King. Her shot charged down by who else? It's Ashlyn Mills once again. Maldonado, she's crowded out by Weber. Lovely turn from Weber, she gets it for Jackson. And her effort into the box, and this time Gutterson does not have to worry about a charging Felice King.
Yeah, you can see Jackson, who's the youngest player on the pitch. Her birthday was just on Saturday. She's trying to come in the game and add a spark here on the right side. A couple of good opportunities. She delivered a wonderful ball in just before that.
Griffin was trying to bulldoze her way through, but it hit off her hands. As we are inside the final 3 minutes, the minimum 7 of stoppage time. FC Dallas have one hand firmly gripped around the trophy, looking to close it out at the Swope Soccer Village.
Here, the Legends FC coaching staff just trying to keep everyone forward.
Shearer bombs it forward. Loose ball for Jones. And into the corner for Baker. Boone smashes it forward. And anywhere will do as it comes off Shearer and out of bounds. Jackson to quickly take the throw-in. This is King. Has a step on Shearer. Shearer get back to put her off.
Just close the space so rapidly. Shearer there.
Griffin. Gorgeous ball sprayed across. Serrano. Douglas. Back to Serrano. Casey squares up to her. Played across for Jackson. And that's a good ball in, but the run being made just a bit too late by Yella. But it's out of bounds from Clark, and it will be a corner kick for Legends. Their 6th of the game.
Goalkeeper's gonna come up. They gotta get a goal here if they want to be back in the game.
Final minute and a half of stoppage time. Gunnarsson trying to keep the sheet clean. It'll be Lemos' corner. Well, it's good service, and it's punched away by Gunnarsson. Right back to Lemos. She pops it back in, and Gunnarsson is out. Falls for King. Blocked. Gunnarsson still battling for it. And it's cleared away from the scrum. The keeper's out. It's a foot race. It looks like Weber will get to it first. Blocked by Shaw. And that should do it.
And that run exemplifies FC Dallas in this final. Those two players just sprinting away to block down that clearance attempt. The desire to defend, the team defending. It's been excellent from FC Dallas. They blocked everything. You saw it in the box there from that set piece. And then when they clear it out, just to follow up in the very last minute of the game. Two players that have played this entire game as well.
Now Maldonado. It was her shot off the crossbar that led to the game winner in the semifinal. That was scored by this woman, Maeve Jones. Two of them combining again, this time to see out the clock. FC Dallas is the first ever U-15 champions of the Girls U.S. Soccer Development Academy. An incredible match goes their way as they win 2-0 over Legends FC. Final thoughts, Carter Augustine.
What a wonderful final we've just been witness to. These two teams have a lot to be proud of for their respective seasons getting to this point. And you saw that in the final, sometimes it just takes a little bit of class to separate two evenly matched teams. Legends FC so good on the ball for such long periods in this game. But FC Dallas with a wonderful goal from Jaded Shaw, and then a swift counter by Riley Baker. And it was those classy finishes that were the difference.
And I think the other thing as well is that even though Legends FC had a lot of the ball, FC Dallas did what Matt Grubb wanted, not allowing them to ever get in behind. They kept the game in front of them. And there comes the shower looking for Matt Grubb, who's won yet another national title with FC Dallas. And he makes history as the first ever winning coach of the girls U-15 U.S. Soccer Development Academy. They're probably going to try again, as this is an FC Dallas side that never gives up, and they finish 2-0 victors in the first ever U-15 champion match here at the U.S. Soccer Development Academy over Legends FC. Plenty of coverage to come here on USSoccerDA.com, so stay with us as we will have post-game reaction from the pitch, as well as the medal ceremony and the lifting of the trophy for FC Dallas. And then Carter Augustine and I will be back with you for the U16-17 championship between Nationals and Real Colorado. But for now, from the booth, it finishes FC Dallas 2, Legends FC 0. FC Dallas are the champions of the U15 Girls U.S. Soccer Development Academy inaugural season.
to the first ever U-15 Girls Development Academy Championship. It was certainly a game that featured two teams that played very well tonight, hard-fought battle, and two teams that really earned the right to be in this moment. First, we'd like to recognize legends, runners-up in the championship. Please come forward to receive your medals. And before we award medals to the winning team, I'd like to introduce and bring forward Rick Eddy, our Director of Referee Programs, to acknowledge the work done tonight by the referee crew. Rick?
Thanks, Jared. I'd like to thank the referees for their hard work today. The entire week, for that matter. The weather hasn't been the greatest, but they've worked hard with what they have. So first, I'd like to introduce the referee, Natalie Simon. Assistant referee, Sarah Cortez. Assistant referee, Will Ayton. And fourth official, Michael Smith.
And now for the medal portion of the presentation to our winning team. Katie Cole, Technical Advisor, please come forward. The medals will be presented by the Technical Advisor from the Frontier Conference and our Girls Development Academy Director, Miriam Hickey. Ladies, please come forward to accept your medals. And now to present the championship plate to head coach Matt Grubb. And now to present the trophy, Miriam Hickey and Katie Cole to champions FC Dallas. Congratulations.
We're here with Jaded Shaw, scorer of the game-winning, championship-winning goal. How does it feel now that you just lifted the trophy?
It's a huge honor. The team that I play with is such an amazing group of girls, and I just love them so much.
Talk a little bit about last time we had you on at Spring Showcase, scored a really good goal. Today in the final, scored another really good goal. What is it about these big games that brings out the best in you?
I think just everything that I train for and on the daily basis, it just comes out of me, and I was born for this opportunity.
What does it mean for you and your teammates to be able to celebrate at the end of a tough year, winning your first Girls Development Academy championship?
It's a huge honor, and everyone around, everybody just works so hard, and we just play as a team and do everything that we can to be the best that we can be.
What's next for you guys other lifting the trophy?
Party.
Congrats, thank you.
Thank you so much.